Good morning. This is Mark Hale with Wilson Print Marketing with the Financial Advisor's Marketing Tip of the Day. How do you advertise? How do you get new clients? What's working best today to get new clients? Now, the biggest obstacle that you have as an advisor is something that you probably are not aware of, but you're probably aware of it, but you're not thinking with it. And the biggest problem to getting new clients today is obscurity. People don't know who you are. Every one of you that are watching this video has thousands of prospects within a 2 to 3 mile radius of your office. You should be overflowing with potential prospects for new clients. Yet many of you, the phone doesn't ring. You get referrals, but it's not as many as you would like, as fast as you would like, right? The simple fact is, around your office, not only do you have thousands of qualified prospects, but you also have hundreds of qualified competition, other financial advisors, life insurance salesmen, annuity salesmen that live within a 3 to 5 mile radius of your office and those prospects. Now, there's two ways that you can advertise when you're marketing. The first way is you can market like a hunter or you can market like a farmer. Now, when you're marketing like a hunter, the basic sales personalities like myself and probably like you, we're basically hunters. We like to go out and hunt for game and get a sale and bring it back and get a new customer. And the problem with that is when you're hunting, you're marketing for today. A hunter markets for today. The second way that you market is like a farmer. Now, what does a farmer do? A farmer goes out and finds a field, fertile field, plows the field, plants the seeds, waters it, fertilizes it, and the farmer actually is marketing for business today and also in the future business. And that's the biggest problem when you get stuck in with doing too much marketing like a hunter, is that you're only marketing for today. And things like COVID and the craziness that's happened the last year come up, and all of a sudden it's harder and harder to get people coming into a seminar, to go to a webinar. You're not converting attendees to new clients, and then you get frustrated and you throw your hands up. The law of familiarity simply states that 100% of the time, 100% of your prospects will decide on an advisor that they're familiar with, or somebody they've heard of, over somebody they've never heard of or just heard of. You're obscure to these prospects. And if you're marketing like a hunter, you're even more obscure because you're only there for a brief period of time if you're promoting for a seminar. So what's the best way, and how do you market like a farmer? So we've put together a program that not only helps you identify the best prospects in your area, and we have a formula for finding not only with investable assets, but we also have a few other filters we run through to eliminate the clients that will be the problem for you, that will never stick to the plan. You want the good qualified prospects, if you're going to invest your time, that will work with you and stay with you and not change your plan after you put it in place and it's running for 2 or 3 months or 6 months or a year, and then they want to go buy a new boat or something, right? It's got to be frustrating as heck. I feel your pain. So there's a way to reach people that are financially responsible, that need and want your help. Now, let's face it, the last year and a half has been trying for most businesses across the country, but for financial advisors right now, you're in the perfect storm to find new clients if you're marketing right and you're marketing properly. Because people have questions, they have concerns, they're scared to death. They see the gyrations the market's doing up and down. They see the government's going to spend another $2 trillion in money, and they're worried about inflation and taxes, and you have the knowledge and the skill to actually help them. So there's a program that we have that's called Direct Mail Scout, that we can actually hone in on the ideal prospect. I can combine several different ways of marketing, because today you can't really just do one static thing to reach a prospect and hope that that's going to work and you're going to get through. In other words, you can't just use direct mail, or you can't just use television, or you can't just use, Facebook or, Google ads or what have you, or email marketing. It just doesn't work. You have to hit prospects from different angles and different approaches to actually get through, because remember, you're trying to get out of obscurity. The first step or level that you have to hit with your marketing is to become known in your local market, to build your local brand. And most advisors we work with have totally missed this point. They get with a broker dealer, get certification, and they hang their shingle up and they go out and they try to, consult and pick up new clients, but they're constantly battling against this obscurity point. So the three things that you need to have a successful marketing campaign and approach: one, you need to market like a farmer. You need to have that viewpoint. You have to have the proper field, in other words, the group of prospects. You need a way to identify the absolute best prospects in your area for what you do and what you specialize in your practice. You have to have an approach that will actually get through to that prospect, to reach them, and we combine targeted direct mail, and we also follow these prospects with Google and Facebook. So we're hitting them with multiple angles with your message and your thing. And then you have to have a way to follow up on interested prospects, because the fact of today is that most people, long before they will ever call you to set up an interview, have been looking for some time and been thinking about, getting help with their finances for retirement, because it is a big thing. It's 25 to 30 years easy of unemployment that they're dealing with. And your more aware clients or prospective clients are already looking for this. But who do they trust? They've saved their whole life, their whole professional life. They've got $750,000, $1 million between them and the wife in their 401ks, in their IRAs. They're 60 years old. They know they're 5 years from retirement. They don't want to lose all that money. And if the market's going up and down, that's a very real possibility. But who do they trust? Do they trust you? They don't know you. Am I going to give you my $1 million and I've just heard of you and haven't heard of you? No, I'm not. I'm going to search around. And the number one way that people do their research and homework today is with your website. And that's the third part of the program. You're going to get, no matter what marketing that you're doing, you're going to get people, a certain number of prospects that are going to be interested enough, and they're going to go to your website and they're going to research your company. Now, the problem is, according to Google, 96% of the traffic that you're getting to your website is going to leave without ever taking any further action. They're not going to fill out a form. They're not going to download the cool retirement investment guide or the book or the program. They're not going to take the online quiz, because they're going to your website. They have questions. The number one question is, who is this guy? Who can help me? And number two, they've got some specific question that they're looking for an answer to as it pertains to their retirement. So are they going to leave your website? Yes, 96% of the people, and in some financial advisors, it's probably closer to 99.3% of the people that are going to your website are leaving without taking any further action. So we have a marketing tool that we can actually not only follow these people around that went to your website and remind them that they were on your website, that they had an interest, but also build that familiarity with your company and you as an advisor. But also, I can tell you the name, the address, the phone number, email address in about 40% of the cases of everybody that goes to your website with no form fill out required. So you already know that they're interested, because let's face it, for a financial services website, there is no reason for anybody to be on your website unless they've got a need and are looking for a product or solution or help. No reason. You're not Amazon, you're not Netflix, you're not one of these other websites that people peruse idly on a Saturday afternoon over a cup of tea, looking for help. It just doesn't happen. If they're on your website, they're a prospect and they're in the market. They're looking for what you do, but yet you don't know who they are. Well, now I can help you identify them, and then we can do a targeted mailing campaign or email campaign or whatever it is you want to do to follow up with these people that you already know are kind of shopping for help. So now you've shaken the bush, you've done a mailer to target these people that you think are ideal prospects. Well, out of that bush shaking that we're going to do with a very good targeted mailer, you're going to get a certain number of those, and we're seeing anywhere from 5 to 7% on average are going to the website to check out the advisor as their first knee-jerk reaction. I wish they would call first. It would make my job and your job a lot easier, but all that changed about 6 to 8 years ago, and people just don't do it anymore. Their first thing they're doing is they're going to their website. So we've got these tools, and not only can I tell you the name, address, phone number, and email, if you wanted to, I could tell you their date of birth, their marital status, the number of children they have, their home value. I could tell you their net worth on the thing and how much their household income is. So now you've got a lot more tools that you can use to follow up with these people, and you can get rid of the people that are not good prospects. And it's called data mining is what we do. And there's a whole science behind it that we do. But the long and the short of this, and I've actually got on my soapbox and went a little too long here for you, and I appreciate you sticking with me. But if you have an interest, if you want to know how to create a steady flow of new prospect leads to your practice so that you'll never experience what you did, the ups and downs of no prospects or no game or no calls, you need to call me, and we need to sit down and do a 15-20 minute. We've got a PowerPoint presentation that I can show you the program through a screen share thing. So I'm here to help you. We're very good at what we do. We've worked with a lot of advisors, and we've got the tools that you're missing to take your practice to the next level.